Hey guys, welcome back to King's Outdoor Life. Today's project is trimming the muscadines, but I have access to a PhD in horticulture. So I brought him down here and I'm just gonna video him and let him tell you how to trim muscadine vines. All right, Brian Brown.
Yeah.
Auburn, look at that Auburn hat. Auburn Extension PhD. So yeah, tell us how to do this.
So what you have coming up, once it grows up from the bottom, you usually, if it's on a trellis, you have what's called cordons. And so when you plant a new plant, it'll come up and then you top it off. And then from there, you have new growth going each way. You'll train one cordon to go one way and one cordon to go the other. When you have a overgrown situation like this, and this happens every year because they grow like crazy.
Yeah, so I did not trim these last year. I planted them 2 years ago. So this is basically 2 years worth of growth. Yeah.
So what you'll end up is spurs, and those spurs are on the cordon. And so you want about 6 to 8 inches in between each spur, and then you want 3 to 4 nodes on each spur. So we can show more as we get down into it, but we're gonna have to take a lot of this extra, spindly growth off and take it down and kind of figure out where we want to cut first. But main thing right now is just to get rid of all the extra stuff.
All right, so what I'll do, I'll pull the truck up, set the camera on time lapse, and just video. You can see my trellis has dropped. I've broken my trellis there, so I have to rebuild that. But I think we're gonna cut off most of this, right?
Yeah. So you'll have just basically one cordon going that way.
A cordon, is that like chicken cordon bleu?
I wish.
No, it's different. Okay, so I'll set the camera up on my truck. I'll pull the truck up here, set the camera up, and we'll go to quacking stuff. So as you can see, not much left, and the muscadine vine was holding up the trellis, not the other way around. So when we got taken apart, the trellis has been there probably 15 years, came apart, but that's okay. You can see we cut it all the way back, and he said you're gonna get some bleeding where you're gonna have some sap running there. He said it's okay, it's gonna heal up, it's gonna be fine. He said cut them as close to the main trunk there, and we left, what did you call these things, cordon bleus?
Cordons.
We left like 2 cordons off each or something.
Yeah.
And we're basically going to train them. I'm going to put some new boards up. We'll train them to go this way. And you can see all the pile of leaves and limbs rather we cut off here. But we didn't leave much. But that's on purpose. He says this is what you want to do. Any final words, doctor?
Don't be scared to trim anything. Pruning is good. It may hurt your feelings, especially on fruit trees. You really have to prune fruit trees. And anything that's fruit bearing, blueberries, they bloom on 2nd year wood, so take that old stuff out. Any dead crossing branches. Yeah. Oh, and clean your pruners.
Why do you clean your pruners?
Where you won't transfer any disease. So
there you
sorry,
go.
I didn't clean
Pro
them
tip.
before I started here.
Clean your pruners. These things are dripping juice, but that's okay. All right, so it's February 11th. So that's the time of year to do this. You want to do this in the dead of winter. It's North Alabama, February 11th. If you could have done it a few weeks ago, if you do it in a couple of weeks, you still got a little time.
February is a good time for fruit trees and for pruning vines like muscadines and scuppernongs. So that's the time to do it.
So we don't know if these are muscadines or scuppernong, or there may be one of each. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna look at these other 2 down here. So we got one here, and again, all these I planted these 3 years ago, 3 winters ago. So this is their 3rd winter. So 2 down there, 2 here. I had 2 at each post, and I think the weed eater got the others, and we got some blackberries growing down there. So we got a couple of good cordons here. That one's a little weaker. We got 1 good cordon out of it, and it'll put out more.
Yeah, we call that weed eater disease.
Yes, weed eater disease will kill trees and anything else in its path.
Yep.
All right, well again, thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, comment below, and I will ask the doctor. Same day, while I had time, I ran down to my barn and grabbed some 1x4s I had, something we had to what do you call it, I guess form up concrete is what you call it. Anyway, so I grabbed those, put those up there, put these back across the top. I didn't have a saw with me, So I have to come back later and saw them off of the ends. But there we go. Got a trellis put back together and ready for them to do some growing.